Hi, my name is Vanessa Rivas, and today we're going to be looking at the concept of absorption. My project for today is going to be growing gummy. That's going to be my title. And we said we're looking at absorption, and my problem is if gummy bears are submerged in water, vinegar, and soap, which gummy will grow more in 24 hours? Then I came up with this hypothesis that I thought the gummy and vinegar will grow more than the others than in water or vinegar. Or soap. And I thought this because I thought vinegar was actually going to absorb more than the water and the soap. I thought it had a lesser density, so it maybe would help with the absorption. And as follows, the materials are as follows: the water, vinegar, soap, 3 bowls, a timer, ruler, pen, paper, and of course gummy bears. We could not forget the gummy bears. So these are my materials right here. Then we have our procedure. The procedure reads: first, collect all the materials, which are the picture I already showed you, this one. Then you measure the gummy to know what size they start off with using as a ruler. To know what size they are, right? So to measure the gummy bear, I used the side of the ruler with centimeters, and it measured 2 centimeters. Then we place 1 gummy bear in each bowl, which I have here. Then we pour 1 solution in each bowl. So in 1 bowl will be the water, and 1 bowl would be the soap, and 1 bowl would be the vinegar, and we have that here. And there you have the gummy bears submerged in their solution. And then the 5th step is to turn on the timer and record the data at 1 hour, 12 hours, and 24 hours. So I recorded the data at an hour. Here you have the gummy bears at an hour. You see that the middle one, is the one with vinegar, and it's starting to change colors a little bit. The vinegar is starting to change color. Then I recorded the data. I took a picture at 12 hours, and you can see that the gummy bear in the water is starting to grow, which is on this side right here. And then we have the one in vinegar in the middle, which is starting to dissolve. This is not what I thought that it would do. And then we have the one in soap that is growing a little. And here we have the individual pictures at 12 hours. We see here that it dissolved, so the data is going to be inconclusive when it comes to the vinegar. And that's the one in soap. Then I measured at 24 hours. I took a picture at 24 hours. At the end, so we see here that this is the one in water. It grew more than it was before. The one in vinegar has totally dissolved, and the one in soap has grown a little bit more as well. So in conclusion, is that at the end of this experiment, I found out that the gummy that was submerged in water expanded the most. The experiment concluded with my hypothesis being incorrect because the gummy and vinegar dissolved and the data was inconclusive. And we see here the data here, and the one in water grew up to 3.5 centimeters, and this baseline right here that we see is the 2 centimeters where all the gummy bears started. So this is how much it grew. It grew about 1.5 inches. And the one in vinegar, of course, we saw that it dissolved, so there was no data to record there. On the soap, the one in soap grew to be 3 inches, so there was a 1 centimeter. So it grew 3 centimeters to be 1 centimeter of growth that it had there. So this is my data, and of course, we see here that the water grew more. So that's what I mentioned in my conclusion, that the gummy bear in water grew the most. I can see teaching this experiment as in my class using either this experiment using absorption, using either this experiment or using sponges so they can grasp the concept of absorption better. Maybe I can do the concept of absorption with sponges the first time, and then we can do a project of growing gummies with maybe we can do it with 2 or 3 solutions in the classroom, that each student chooses their own 2 solutions, and I would get that for them and help them make up their own hypothesis, and well, not help them, but let them make their own hypothesis and help them come up with their own problem. I would change this experiment by probably shortening the time period. Maybe not a 12-hour, but maybe not a 24-hour, but maybe a 12-hour period to make it even shorter. Maybe we won't get as much growth, but maybe the vinegar wouldn't have dissolved as much. So we could have had at least some data for that. And I think that's it for my project. I thank you very much for viewing.